Opa Gundam style, everybody, and welcome to Wow Cool Robot, a podcast about Gundam. I'm Max, I use he, him pronouns, and with me for the last time
For the final time, it's me, Kali, I use she, they pronouns. I'm shaking and crying right now.
Sorry, that was a little threatening.
No, it wasn't that. I'm just sad to go.
I can't believe we finished it. We finished a good Gundam part of media. Mostly.
Mostly.
Except for the one thing.
Except that one thing that, you know, apart from... Did you say Pobody's nerfed?
Pobody's nerfed.
Fuck you. You didn't just say that to me. I'm so mad at you right now.
Talking about me, give me a narrative.
I'm mega fuming.
So, Callie, how this is gonna go, we got three parts to this episode. This is the usual formula for all of the, ending episodes.
Yes.
We're gonna spend some time talking about the show as a whole, what we liked, what we didn't like, etc.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna rank robots, and we're gonna dive into our mailbag. We got some good ones.
Yes! I'm so excited to answer mailbag questions.
We got some good ones.
So fucking hyped, dude.
And the nice thing is, since this is just a talkie episode, there's so much less I need to edit.
Yeah!
I just gotta throw the intro and outro in there, and I'm good.
I love editing. I love the lack thereof, actually.
I know. I mean, honestly, I have a very light editing style. I just kind of, the automated systems I run get rid of most of the noises I don't like, and I just kind of, skim through it. And if
you let the AI do it.
Yeah. I put my computer to work.
You put your headband on, you lie backwards, and you start your valley
in my cool grandpa cot.
Wow, cool grandpa.
Well, so I guess first order of business. Did we like it?
I loved it.
It's good. It's quite good, I think.
This was such a good experience for me because this is. I think I mentioned it in the first episode. This was my first Gundam series, and I watched it once another time, but I was kind of not paying a super amount of attention. Going back and revisiting these episodes with the same detail that I not detail that I put into kind of absorbing and taking them in. The first time I watched them as my first Gundam show, it just reminded me why I fell in love with the franchise in the first place. I'd taken kind of a back seat from watching Gundam stuff in recent times. I've been watching other stuff, and I know I'm at that stage now of the rest of the Gundam stuff I watch needs to have my favorite aspect of the show, that new type bullshit, kind of taken out of it a little bit, because I've watched that original kind of first Gundam, Zeta, Double Zeta, Unicorn,
the staple UC stuff.
Yeah, I'm past that now. My next thing to watch, I'm pretty sure, is Victory.
I hear that's a good one. I hear it's fun.
I know
and happy.
Victory's good, but I don't know if I'm ready to let go of that attachment to new type stuff yet. But I think after watching Unicorn, reminding myself of why I love this series again. It's made me want to watch more, which it's really nice. It's really refreshing, and I fucking love this franchise. This is the show I felt. This is the show that made me fall in love with this franchise.
I feel like this is some of the easiest stuff to show people to get them into Gundam.
Yeah.
It's you watch it, but I guess after the fact you kind of realize, oh, there's so much more that I kind of needed context for watching this. But you can still understand a decent amount of it just kind of watching out the gate, because that's exactly what happened to you. Because showing them the first three Gundam movies,
it's a lot, because it's old, and people who modern anime fans love fucking flashy bullshit.
Right.
And the first minute of Gundam has still cells.
Right,
just moving down, basically.
Sit down and be patient and look at Amuro do his cool thing.
It's those three Zaku's landing on Side 7 in the first episode. No, in the first episode. Yeah, no, it is the first episode.
Yeah, that's
the first few minutes.
The first thing you see is
them just descending.
What is it?
They're not even moving whatsoever.
denim jean and some third fucking guy.
Some fucking dude.
Yeah, landing on Site 7 and beginning my eternal torment.
Yeah, that's never gonna end, because this franchise will never fucking end.
But, like, Unicorn, I feel like, it's very easy to recommend. It's very accessible, first of all. Which is, like, half of Gundam is, you can find it really easily.
Completely inaccessible bullshit.
Half of it is like, oh, you want to watch Victory? Fuck you. You don't get to. You can't find it anywhere. You need to
watch, literally, like, 3 seasons, 2 movies, an OVA series, a film, and then you can watch it.
Yeah, it's hard to track down. It's hard to find. It's better about it now.
Yeah.
Like, you can find Iron-Blooded Orphans fucking everywhere, but, like...
Yeah, IBO's so good, though. IBO's on fucking YouTube, dude.
Yeah, Gundam Info YouTube channel is crazy. They always got something going on over
shout
there.
out to Gundam Info. Also, completely unrelated. This is still Gundam related, but,
okay.
I'm not a wing enjoyer.
Uh-huh.
I know for a fact the show's not for me.
Uh-huh.
I recently listened to some of the soundtrack. Fuck me, that goes hard.
So,
oh my god.
Okay, this is the thing. Do you know who composed Gundam Wing?
No, could you tell me?
Gundam Wing, this is going to knock your fucking socks off.
Am I about to be sockless?
As a gamer, because... hold on. Gundam Wing was composed by Ko Otani.
Uh-huh.
Ko Otani created, let's see, he did the soundtracks to, like, a shit ton of Godzilla movies.
Oh, hell yeah! I'm going to see
He did Shadow
Godzilla
of the Colossus.
Oh!
He did Outlaw Star. He did City Hunter. Like, the dude's got it.
Dude has it.
I'm sorry. Okay, no, I'm sorry. He did the soundtrack to all, like, the Heisei Gamera movies, and then he did the soundtrack to Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. That's a mouthful.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, also Gundam Wing and Endless Waltz. Like, Ko Otani is a goat, if ever I heard one.
It's that one. I think it's called, like, the boy who killed adolescents.
Yes, that one kicks ass. That one kicks ass. And you barely even hear it too.
It's like, what?
It's leitmotifed out a lot. You hear it, like, in many forms. You can get that here too. I mean, Hiroyuki Sawano is one of my absolute favorite musicians ever. Like,
he's the best for a fucking good reason, man.
He's really good at, like, composing for morally reprehensible series.
Yeah.
But the music itself is still
Fate
good.
And Attack on Titan. Oh. God,
but on the other hand, he did this, and he's done Xenoblade Chronicles X. Like, he's done some good shit.
Which is good when you're, like, under the age of the characters that are in it, because otherwise you feel like a weirdo.
Let's see. Unicorn, I feel like, is a solid A-tier series for me.
Oh, 100%. I think, for personal reasons, it's S-tier for me.
Uh-huh.
But objectively, it's like an A-tier series. This is on par with... In my opinion, of the stuff that I've seen, this is on par with Zeta and War in the Pocket.
Ooh,
those are my two other favors. Those are my two other favorites. The only issue I have with this series is literally just at the end, the few little points at the end that I got mad about on that other episode. Narrative is doo-doo feces tier. It's bad.
I think honestly, narrative is so separate. Like, I would include were I to make the Gundam tier list of stuff that I've seen, at least just for the podcast so far, narrative is separate from Unicorn, and narrative is, like, C tier.
Have you seen that image of It's the image of, like, Venom doing, like, a slam dunk with, like, his hand on Spider-Man's head.
Yeah.
Well, that's Unicorn onto narrative. Unicorn is fucking balling, and it's just ripped the shit out of narrative.
Breaking narrative's ankles.
It's like, I feel like Unicorn would be a perfect series if I didn't if we count narrative, it drops the ball at the end.
But we don't need to.
At the same time, it's you don't need to count narrative, because I went my entire time not watching narrative, and I wish I had.
Uh-huh.
I wish I never had watched it.
Like,
I don't know.
Nothing can be fully perfect, but I think that narrative exists. Like, it's its own thing. It's its own thing that we
was
only
too good. They had to make narrative to balance it out.
Yeah, it's its own thing that's like part of this section of the Gundam timeline. But like, I don't think anyone in their right minds would like lump narrative in with Unicorn, especially because narrative came out like 10 years after Unicorn did.
Really?
Yeah, narrative was like 2018 or 19 when it came out. It was like a couple years old.
Punch someone.
Which is really funny comparing narrative to the Gundam movie that came out immediately after Hathaway, which just slaps ass.
Hathaway is stunning. It's beautiful. I cannot wait for part 2.
I know, that's earlier. I think it's like next year. I don't know when next year. Because I know we just got Doan, and that's going to be like a serious movie.
That's on at the cinema on Wednesday, and I'm really desperate to find someone to go with me. Otherwise, I'm going to the cinema on my own.
It's like the only days it's playing are like the next town over, like 20 minutes away, but it's on like a weeknight, and it's like between I'm seeing Elton John one weekend and I'm seeing the Gaslight Anthem the next weekend. I'm just like, I don't want to drive and go to a movie right after work. I'll just watch it when it goes online.
For me, it's a case of I finish work at like 2, so it's like it's on at 8. So it's like I've got all day.
Yeah, you're just chilling.
I'm being chilling at that point. So I'm probably gonna head into town, just fucking play Magic the Gathering, and then wander up to the cinema with whoever I manage to rope into going to see a film. Because I'm the only real like Gundam fan near me, which makes me so sad. As well as that, it's like I'd see it on a Thursday, but that's the dub. And if I'm gonna watch a 1 Year War Gundam film, I want to hear Amuro's voice.
Yeah, you gotta hear
the
Toru Furia.
Slegger. I want to see Slegger. I want to see Slegger pounce my fist against my desk. I want to see Slegger lore. I want to see my problematic fave.
I like that they put him in it. They didn't need
to.
Yeah,
me too. They really didn't need to.
And he like kind of shouldn't even be there in the first place.
Oh no, it's completely out of timeline.
Like, cuz he has a gym, and I know that they didn't have those at the I know I know Origin is a separate timeline from like 0079. Like, things happen in different orders, and it's all kind of chopped and screwed a little bit. It is still very funny seeing like tech that basically shouldn't exist up to a certain point. Should not exist
at this point yet. Yeah,
it's very funny.
It's great. I love it.
We're not here to talk about Slager.
We're here to talk about Unicorn and my sweet baby boys.
Unicorn has some of like the best characters that we've seen in the Gundam series to this point. Like,
100%.
Banagher is one of the absolute best Gundam protagonists. Mineva, it's very fun finally seeing Mineva like grow into her own. Full Frontal's just kind of there. Like, honestly, he doesn't really hit me that hard. Like, I understand his purpose in the story, but like, I guess it's an interesting idea having him be a literal Char clone.
Yeah.
But then you have like Zinnerman, and then you have maybe the best character in all of Gundam Merit Cruise.
I'm so glad you agree. She's easily one of the best written Gundam characters ever. She's the best written Gundam woman.
That bar's low, but yes.
She is the bar.
And I don't know if they can hit that. Maybe G-Witch can, who knows?
I fucking hope G-Witch can. I'm so excited for that show.
Beat ass.
I love how most of the cast are women.
Yeah. Damn, is Gundam learning? Probably not.
Probably not. It's Gundam. Oh, man. But, I think the character writing is some of the strongest in the series. The thing that attracts me to shows is typically good characters. And I think had I watched another series before this, because that's the thing, I loved IBO. I really liked it. But if I'd started with IBO, I would not be this into Gundam.
Oh, yeah.
I would not be on this. I wouldn't be on this podcast. I'd be like, damn, this rules.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because I started with Unicorn and because it set the bar for what to expect for the rest of the franchise for, in terms of character writing, character interaction, storyline elements, I think the beating heart of Gundam is, the emotional value of the story.
Oh, 100%.
And although the AU series are very interesting and really cool seeing reinterpretations of Gundam as an idea, it really lacks the heart that a lot of these kind of like main UC timeline like series have.
Mm-hmm.
Including stuff like even like a lot of the even a lot of the like side stories and OVAs like War in the Pocket and Stardust Memory and stuff like that have a lot of heart to them, and I really, really love that.
Yeah, absolutely. And this Unicorn sure has plenty of that. Like, it has the most new type in it. It really feels like a celebration of UC, you know? I mean,
yeah,
not only
that's
because,
what it is. I was after I'd watched it, my friend who got me into my friend Yugi who got me into Gundam basically described it as a victory lap.
Yeah, honestly, it really does.
And that's
feel that
what
way.
it is. It is a victory lap of the main UC timeline.
Mm-hmm. And also seeing all the bad fail stuff from it, like what happened with Full Frontal at the end when he's like, "Hey, look at this bad shit." But even then, it's just callbacks. You get to see so many, because everyone knows Gundam's about the robots. You get to see so many like suits from back
those
in the
cool
day,
those cool freaking robots.
But yeah, no, it's Unicorn. I can understand people why they don't like Unicorn. I can understand people who like think it's just leans too heavily into like the new type stuff and just gets too wacky with that, and people getting mad that the box doesn't matter. But I don't know. I think that, and also I think this is aided by the fact that I haven't really been back to UC since I finished Shar's Counterattack and like the Hathaway movie last year, but that was kind of a one-off. Like, it's nice coming back to UC and it's like being enveloped in that warm soup light, you know? It's just
soup.
Like,
I love
it's
soup
nice.
so much.
It's simply nice, and I'm leaving soup. I'm leaving soup in like two different directions because I'm going to Build Fighters and I'm going to G-Witch. G-Witch might have soup.
If anything, to be honest, Fighters is like kind of extra soupy, but different.
Right. Well, I know Fighters is like calls back to like just Gundam as a whole because
it's Gundam heaven. My favorite way of looking at the series, is like, because you see so many like actual Gundam characters just in the background chilling and doing Gunpla shit.
Right. I know that Rambaral is like a main character.
Rambaral is a main character. Yes, it's great.
It kicks ass. Yeah, I'm just excited for something even more light-hearted than Unicorn. Not to say Unicorn's fully light-hearted, but like Unicorn's like light and happy moments just hit so good.
Build Fighters and Build Fighters Try are like some of my like comfort series. I fucking love those shows so much.
I'm
really
so
excited that you get to take a sit back and just like watch the highest stakes in a Gundam show be like, oh, I'm gonna win the tournament or not?
Right.
It's
but then
so
again,
nice.
I'll be watching G-Witch at the same time, so it's going to be
so you will also be suffering.
Suletta Mercury's at the school from Fire Emblem Three Houses and things are going bad.
We stabbed a man with a sword. That's not good.
Oh, I hate to see it. Byleth is there.
Why is Byleth here? Get out of here.
I don't know. It's just
speaking of Byleth, you see the new Fire Emblem protagonist?
Yeah, Colgate-chan.
I'm gonna give the game a try. I think I'll probably enjoy it because I do like Fire Emblem, but like, my god.
Honestly, it's really funny you bring that up because Fire Emblem Engage, it is also a celebration of the Fire Emblem franchise with the way it's bringing back heroes from all the other games. But honestly, I think with that, it feels a lot more like cheap to me. And I think it's because you have the mobile game that's going on that's just doing that same thing already, but with every character. And that makes sense because it's a gacha game. But like, not that long ago, we had Fire Emblem Awakening. Wait, shit. Fire Emblem Awakening's 10 years old, isn't it?
Yeah, it is literally. I played that at secondary school, dude. It's not that long ago.
Fuck.
It was a while ago. It was 12. It's 2022, you know.
Jesus. But anyway, Fire Emblem Awakening did that too. And of course, that was like the 20th anniversary of the series. But that was like a last-ditch effort of like, yeah, series is dying.
We're going to revive the series.
But then they did it so good that Fire Emblem can't be stopped now.
Yeah.
But like, Look, I just wanted fucking Echo's remake of Genealogy of the Holy War. Give me the SNES Fire
that game was
Emblems,
amazing.
Show me Sigurd. I know he's in like Engage, but I want Sigurd in his own game.
Give me him.
Give him to me. Give him to me. 776. They won't do
that.
They might.
Holds you in my hand, picks you up, throws you at a wall. Give me Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, or give me death. It's like it's. I'm sorry. I said that, and I started thinking about the Tumblr post about someone's like cuddly cat that they've covered in milk and slap against walls.
Oh yeah,
it's doing that guy who makes Fire Emblem. Oh my
Intelligent
God.
systems. This will happen to you.
Insist I'm slapping you against the walls while you're covered in milk. Give me good Fire Emblem games again. Oh my God, that's disgusting.
What else is there? I mean, because like we're gonna get into more specifics about Unicorn as we do the questions, but like I'm trying to think if there's anything else like specifically about Unicorn as a whole that we could still say before we move on.
I would like to hear your opinion on Gundam shows using the like OVA system, kind of like less the we're gonna do a big long thing. What do you feel? How do you feel about these like longer episodes that last like an hour but have a lot more packed into them?
I like it because it is a good way to break up the format. I like it when it is when it's made that way purposely from the get-go. Like we've talked several times over the last couple months about how like it's frustrating when an OVA is cut into regular episodes.
Yeah.
It's more okay when regular episodes are cut down into a movie or an OVA because it's easier to take things out than like split something up that's already been paced well. But I mean, I know that I'm still going to have more OVAs to do. I mean, like well, I guess is War in the Pocket, is that an OVA series? Is that just like
It is an OVA series, but it is split into regular length episodes.
Okay, I think because 0083 is the same, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Like, I don't, like, there aren't that many OVAs in the grand scheme of things that I haven't, like, covered yet. But I like that they do exist because it's a good middle ground between, like, a single movie. Because, again, the pacing of narrative was kind of, like, really, really quick because you had to have all of this covered in one movie. I might have liked it more if it was, like, 3 OVA episodes or something instead of just, like, one movie. Like, I think that when you make something and you have in mind how long you have to tell that story, I think like any decently competent director can cut that well, right? And like I'm not to say narrative was all bad, but like again, you're comparing this really high budget, high quality OVA series to like a clearly much lower budget single movie. And you know, it's gonna pale in comparison. But no, I really quite like the OVA format of it because Unicorn, it feels so well paced despite only being like 7 episodes, and only one of those episodes is like more than an hour long.
Yeah.
It's just like it works really well. And it also like it works because it is a reflection of the Universal Century in that there is so much you don't need to explain because it's partly through the Universal Century. Like you're going in with the knowledge, and people are going to pick up what's going on or know that what happened in the past isn't that pivotal to understanding everything. Like if it was like a brand new timeline and you had this like 7 episode OVA, that might be a little bit different because there'd be a lot more you'd have to explain. But then again, that's why we have those series as regular anime, because you get 24 or however many episodes to explain what's happening. Usually like 50 with Gundam, but you know how it is. Yeah, it's good. Unicorn, I think, is like upper A tier for me. I love it. It's good. It's good shit.
Fucking amazing. Amazing show.
Do you want to argue now, Callie?
I would love to just have like the most brutal verbal fist fight that we've ever had over the position of the Shamblo and nothing else. Please,
Lord, let this work. I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, I'm going to witness your screen. I'm going to witness how fucking wrong you are.
All right. Can you see the tier maker list on?
It is currently loading.
Okay.
Oh, here it is.
Here it is. Cool. I swear to God, whenever I try and like stream movies, it doesn't work. But if it's like this, it's fine. So I have a tier list I ordered it a little bit differently because I was not diligent enough to like write down when mobile suits appeared in the notes. So I just kind of have them in like faction order, grouped with
That's
like
fine.
grunts and grunts and like Gundams with Gundams. I didn't include every single one because the list would be
There's
3 times as long.
so fucking many. Yeah, you
at the
got
same
the important
time-
ones though.
At the same time, I didn't include only the main important mobile suits. I tried to throw in a couple guys who you see in the background, or there's like a couple minutes of footage.
The ones
But
that do
mainly,
cool
like-
shit during big fight scenes.
Yeah, and even then, there's a couple guys who we barely even see in the first place, but I wanted to note because they're just kind of fun to look at, and we can
Yeah.
like, point and laugh at how weird the Ewak Jigen is. But and we can add tiers if we want, and we probably will, because right now I only have it S through D.
Well, we need a piss tier for the Fennecs.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Starting
We'll
out,
get there.
I have all the Gundams together. We have regular Unicorn Gundam, just not full armor, just
Yeah.
regular ass,
Mhm.
the one from the cover.
Yeah.
I
Where do you think this should go?
S or A, honestly.
Yeah,
It's just
I was
too
gonna
clean.
say A tier.
I think like, I mean, it's the only thing on the list, but I think still like top of A is just like a really good baseline because Unicorn, it's so clean both in Unicorn form and like the fact that the only color really comes from the V fin and the Psycho frame is just like
It's
delicious.
so clean. It's such a beautiful mobile suit.
All right, so that's A tier for Unicorn. Now let's flip the coin. Go to full armor Unicorn.
D, get the shit out of here. Bye.
I think it's
Stop
cool.
having shit on you if you don't need it or won't use it.
The thing is, there's another suit that has a ton of shit strapped to it that makes it cooler because of that, and it's not.
But it's a different story because it actually uses it.
That's true. So now we have the Banshee, the Unicorn's goth brother.
I think it should be at par with the Unicorn. I personally prefer it to the Unicorn, but that's just because I'm a goth.
Sure.
So that's like personal bias. I think I know I'm jumping ahead like a space ahead. I think regular Banshee's better than the Banshee Norn.
I agree.
So I think for me it needs to be either side of the Unicorn, so either one in front or one behind. But it's definitely up there with it.
Yes. No. I think we should keep the Unicorn and Banshee together.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, because the fact that the regular Banshee, the only thing that changes is like it has a more elaborate V fin.
Yeah.
It has like the kind of chest plate is gold and like the face plate is gold before it when it's in unicorn form, and it has the vibrating nail and the smart gun, and like that's kind of all you need. Because the Banshee Norn, I don't think the Banshee Norn is quite as bad as full armor. But I think that like the weird lion's mane backpack doesn't do it for me. I think it's like C tier.
I like the weapons that it has, but at the same time, I just prefer that like vibrating claw that rips apart sheets of metal.
Yeah,
that's the sickest thing I've ever seen. Also giving it a fucking railgun. That's badass.
And then after that, it just has like a regular beam magnum that has like a grenade launcher thing underneath it.
It's like it's cool, like ass.
A cool shield. Yeah, it's just like regular you can add all the shit you want to the Unicorn and the Banshee, but like they're gonna be cooler without all that shit added on.
Because they don't need it at the end of the day.
Right.
They were as sick as they were, where they were fucking badass as hell when they had literally no weapons.
I know. So that's I think C tier is fine for the Norn.
I had it as low B myself, but I think high C, low B is kind of same thing. There's definitely things that are sicker than it.
We can wiggle stuff around. So next up is the Fennecs.
Bad, pissed here.
I'm gonna put this in the P
in the
tier
P
down
tier.
below.
Piss. It's bad. Get it out of here.
Like,
Next question.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad design. I think the color scheme, like that gold with the teal, is cool, but like it didn't need to happen.
It didn't.
Need
it
in
didn't. The whole film didn't need to.
All right, so next up is narrative. I only have the narrative here, not like the packs. I'm just we're gonna include all of the packs like within the narrative's rating itself.
I personally really like this thing. I love the idea of modular mobile suits and kind of things that you just add and take away. I had this as top of B tier, but
I like that. It's almost as cool as the Unicorn and the Banshee,
but not quite.
And like I think the packs make it cool because it's modular, but like I think like on the whole, I like the Unicorn more. Here's a real shitter.
You know where this goes.
We got the silver bullet up next.
You know where this goes, don't you?
I'm gonna put it next to Facts in P tier. This thing's ugly, clown shoes. But here we go. What if the silver bullet was cool and had 6 arms?
Yeah, this thing elicits the most Pavlovian like pog face.
I just start cackling.
I just go like, whoa, let's go. So
Unga
I had this
bunga.
high A.
Yeah, I think I don't want to put it above the unicorn, but I think it's like as cool as the unicorn.
Oh
Banshee
yeah,
are.
absolutely.
Like, it's just delicious and delightful.
Like, there's just something, like, I see it and it just elicits an instant dopamine response. I'm sorry,
it's like,
you present me with a robot with a gun so strong it breaks its arms, so instead of adding more restraints and stuff like that to the weapon, they just give it more arms. That is the sickest thing ever.
It's simple elegance is what it is.
It's brilliant.
So we have now the Rizel.
I really like this.
I'm gonna pull up a photo so I can get a look, because like I didn't include the commander type because all that changes is like the green dots instead of the red dots. I'll be honest, all of the little like bits on the shoulders, like the glowy red, I think looks kind of doofy a little bit.
But at the same time, I'm a simple Zeta fan who has a thing for transforming gimmicks. I did personally have this as mid B tier.
I think B tier works for the Rizel. Because if we're wrapping up like the Rizel and the Commander and the Type C that has like the more kind of like tan and
looks
orange
like the most
scheme,
original,
I think,
like the more original gym colors.
Yeah. I think it's not as cool as Narrative, but I think B tier is good for it. This guy on the other hand, the
Delta Plus rules.
Delta Plus fucks. What if the Hyakushi
Yeah. I had this at A.
Like, this thing is an A tier, absolutely.
There's no debate about
it.
it.
You get to hang out. You're hanging out next to Silver Bolt Suppressor, I think. You guys are just... That's just the cool kids club.
The cool boys. The cool boys high-fiving.
Yeah. The next is the Ekoas Jagan.
This thing rules.
It's a Jagan that has a little bit more... You can see it has this kind of like plate covering the chest vent. It has... I really love that like magenta visor, and it has like the gym sniper like VR headset looking thing.
This is my favorite form of the Jagan.
I think this is one of the coolest Jagans out there.
As hell.
I think like high B, you think?
I had him in A.
Okay,
I feel like I'm putting too many in A, so maybe high B. Maybe above...
Let's put it high B.
above the Rizel and maybe above the narrative too.
Okay, yeah. High B for the Ekoas Jagan. That's good to me. How do we like the Jesta?
I don't know how I feel about it.
Jagan got beefy, but like I don't know if we needed a Jagan to get beefy.
I like it, but at the same time, I think the beef is a little bit unnecessary.
It looks like a football player with the way it's like it has these like almost rounded shoulders.
I had this low B, high C.
But yeah, I think let's start filling out C. You're cooler than Banshee Norn because you don't have a ton of bullshit I don't care about on you. Jesta Cannon, though. This is a Jesta.
It's cool as hell. I fucking love this thing.
Because this is one of the suits that adds a ton of bullshit, but I like it because it does that. Because it has like twice as many like side grenades. It has like missile packs in the shoulders. It has a railgun and a Gatling gun on either shoulder. Like this thing.
There's a really fine line. It's the thing for adding shit to an existing mobile suit to make it cooler. Is it can only really be done on very basic grunty ones. So if you have a basic like the basic Jester, like, kind of sucks. It's fine. It's very much a C tier robot. And then he's put the cannon into it, and it's like, okay, now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere.
Like, the Jesta cannon feels like what the Jesta at base should have been to make it like a cooler Jagan. I think. Do we want to put it next to the Ekoas Jagan? Like
No,
their buddies?
I think he'd be better off being friends with the Rizel. I think the Rizel's a good role model for him.
Yeah. Here we go. We got a heavy hitter. We got the Lodo. We got little buddy.
Little dude's right there. Whose toes are those? Who's that great ape right there? I love him so much. Little dude. I need to get some. I need to get some of the because it's a 2-pack when you get it. Because they're small.
It's so
I
small.
love that.
They can't just. They can't justify it just having one.
You probably know about my long-standing vendetta against the gun tank. The Loader's the best thing to come out of it. It's so cool. It's a sweet baby.
No doubt. It rules. So this is we going from little guy to big boy because we got the Gustav Karl here.
What you think about it first?
I don't understand it mostly. I like because this guy shows up in a lot of things. He's in Hathaway. He's in this. It's like a heavy. I guess it's developed from the J and it's. Let's see. What does the Gundam Wiki say it's developed from? It doesn't say it's developed from anything. Whatever. Okay, yeah, no, it was just supposed to be like the next mass production suit past the Jagan. It just is like it feels
cool.
like
it's better in Hathaway when there's like little like shelves on its knees.
When it gets to fight against the messers, but like on this, it just feels like they're kind of there. I think the asymmetrical V-fin sucks. It looks like you just like fucked up your Gunpla model and clipped off half of the V-fin and just hope no one would notice.
I have this in C. This is low C. I don't think it's as bad as some of the other ones, but like it's really
it's unnecessary.
Like fantastic.
These next couple guys we barely see, but they're like I wouldn't be able to put them in any other Gundam series that I'm watching.
Now
we got the Aqua Jim.
I think he's kind of cool, but if you compare him to the other Aqua type mobile suit that we see in this series, it's dog shit.
Yeah, no, like he looks like a football player. Also,
I don't like it that much.
I like the color scheme is quite pleasing. Yeah. I like that mint green and like the dark navy. But yeah, I think
he's a little too top heavy for me. He's definitely in front of the Gustav Karl. But yeah,
okay. Well,
but he's still not amazing. He's a top heavy boy, and I don't like that. This thing's
Speaking of top heavy, we got the Ewak
Put
Jagan.
it in B tier. Put it in
what's the deal?
I think it's so bad.
What's
it's
the
so stupid. I hate it so much. It belongs in the B tier because he sucks.
This guy sucks.
Put him in B. Put him in B.
He's as bad as Silver Bullet.
Put him in B tier. He sucks so much. It's good. It's
that's
like,
good. Yeah,
it's
I know.
like he's
like
so
that.
goofy, stupid, bad that he like. Yeah, it's horseshoe theory.
All right. So this is another one we barely see. They're like in Torrington fighting. We get the gun cannon detector.
This thing. I love it.
This guy
so
kicks
cool.
ass. This guy beats ass. It's just like you can tell it's a gun cannon. It has these really big feet, but you can tell it's because the gun cannon
shitloads of firepower,
like fuck off huge artillery. You got a plan. It's like it has clown shoes, but it justifies the clown shoes, unlike the Silver Bullet does.
Yeah,
and it just looks cool. It looks so cool.
Yeah, mid B is definitely something like that.
Yeah, you're
with the cool boys. Yeah. Put him right next to the Jester Cannon. The Jester Cannon, he looks at the gun detector and goes, "Damn, I want to be just like you."
He's like, "Fuck, I wish I was that cool."
Yeah,
hey, cool.
I think the Stark Jagan, it needs to go in A. It needs to go in fucking A tier.
This guy, this is the
I had him in
C
when I initially made the list, and then I sat on it longer and was like, "Oh, what the fuck was I thinking?" Put him in A. He's sick as hell.
He's so cool.
Why are Jagan why are different
cool.
forms of Jagans just always absolutely badass as hell?
It's like there's a lot of gyms that I didn't put on this list because a lot of the gym forms they're barely differentiable. But when you have the Jagan, it's like, oh wow, the stuff they add on it actually makes it look like a completely different suit. And it certainly helps that we only ever saw this guy in the Kshatriya. But still, that's good.
I don't know how to feel about this thing.
Honestly, I think for all of the suits, it's combining the Gaplant, the Ashamar, the Jagan. I think it does all of those worse. I think it's a little bit too busy of a design. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's a
I think it's around C tier.
Yeah, you're cooler than Gustav.
That's
Karl.
not that hard,
though. Aqua Gym. It's just
being cooler than Gustav Karl.
Yeah.
Collie boy, get out of here. Collie Ray Jepsen.
Yeah, true. Very good. Next up, we have my favorite mobile suit in this entire series. S tier. This is our first S tier. The Bjarlamp custom is unfucking deniable.
I personally think that an S tier should not have any more than 3 in it. I know what mine are. The other 2, we will disagree on.
I think we'll probably. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else I would put into S tier other than the one that we know is going there anyway, so it might not be that much of an argument. So yeah, Bjarline Custom S tier, like, no fucking doubt.
Next question.
Here's one that only exists as a punchline. So this one that only exists as a punchline, the Zeta Plus, because it's just when like the Jagans like stomp it out of the sky. But like,
it's really cool. I hate that it exists as like a womp womp.
Right. It's like, I like to see it, but it just doesn't really matter that much. It's more of like, hey, remember Sentinel? Here it is.
Nah, remember Sentinel Gundam? Remember the XS? Remember that? That was cool.
That one's fucking sick. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I see around C tier.
C tier.
I'd like him more if he did cooler stuff, but he's just kind of there.
Still better than Gustav Karl.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Sorry, Mr. Karl. Alright, now we're in Xeon, though. Fuck the Federation.
Fuck the Feddies. Get out of here.
We're gonna talk the first about the Gira Zulu.
Oh, I do like the Gira Zulu. As far as it's a little bit worse than the regular Zaku. It's a little bit too German.
Yeah, the helmet puts me off quite a bit.
Yeah, if it didn't look so German, it would be fine. But you know, I think it's high C, low B.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's put it at the bottom of B for now.
Yeah, bottom of B. Bottom of B.
Here's one that I did include a separate of, because it's just like different enough. We get Angelo's Gira Zulu.
I like this thing. The pink puts me at ease.
The sharp ass shoulders, the crazy like fuel tanks, and the big ass rifle. It's just better. It's just like It's the Gira Zulu and the cooler Gira Zulu. I think
this is high B, yeah.
Yeah, you're hanging out next to the Echo Us Jagan.
Yeah, because you're a cooler version of an already standing burnt suit.
Alright, next up, another S tier, Kshatriya.
Yeah, you know what it goes. You know what that
argument,
goes.
No argument whatsoever.
Sickest thing in the show.
It's just I'm just gonna look at it.
I want to look at it too. I want to look at it.
Oh.
That's not what I was thinking of.
That's Kshatriya. That is the one of the four Varna of Hindu society associated with warrior aristocracy.
Good for him.
It kicks ass. Look at it.
It's so cool. The wing binders.
Oh my god.
The perfect amount of beef.
I don't know why I'm looking at it on the computer. I can just lean over and look at it on my Gunpla shelf.
I can't. So thank you for putting it up.
It's just large.
It's sick as hell.
Like, I recognize that it is above the Bjarline in that it is, like, the capital B best suit from Unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
This is another one. I think this one is A. We got the Rosen Zulu.
Yeah, this Rosen Zulu is really, really cool.
I love its weird, like, it's
high heels. I love its stilettos.
High heels, big-ass claws, because it's like a combination of, like, a Gira Zulu and a, what is the one? Hama Hama. From Double Zeta.
Yeah, the Hama Hama!
It is a really freaky, like, bat face almost. It has these huge, like, rose-shaped binders for where the rose-shaped funnels pop out of. Like, this thing is an A tier for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, mid-A.
Yeah, I'd say mid-A.
I think you're as cool as the Zeta.
Mid-A is the only mid thing about it. This thing's sick.
Yeah, poor Angelo. Hey, he didn't die, though. He's fine. Alright, here's the argument. Here is where we
Shamblo, the Shamblo was my other S tier.
This
I'm a slut for a mobile armor. I think I love the design philosophy of it just being it's big zammy enough. This thing just reads raw power, raw use over sleekness. I think it's insanely cool, down to the sheer amount of brutality that went into its design. It is made to fuck up as many people as possible in a short amount of time as possible, which you see from the insane amount of firepower it has, from the reflector bits it has. I think it's a study in power over design.
You know what? I never noticed while I was watching the show. It has a mono eye, like, in the head. You really never... I don't remember ever actually seeing it.
I love the headpiece of it, because it kind of reminds me of Shah's kind of helmet as well.
Yeah.
A little bit. And I think because of that, I think it is when you look at what the people that the Shambler is aligned with, it's less aligned with the outer space sleeves. It's more aligned with the Xeon remnants that are on the planet.
Right.
And I think it's kind of the Shambler is very much the end product of that Earthnoid 1 Year Wars Xeon sentiment of fuck them up and be quick about it. And it is very much a reflection of that spite and anger that Shah left behind in that first, like, assault that he had on the planet. Sorry. I think the Shambler's brilliant.
I think you've done good job convincing me. I think this can hang in S tier.
Yes, it can. It's my sweet thing. It's my favorite suit in the show.
We have a bell pepper.
Well, favorite armor on the show. Give me just a moment. Sorry.
In S tier, we have a bell pepper, we have a red pepper, and we have like a weird star scream. I think that's good. That's pretty good. So now we have a weird guy. We have the cooler Aqua Gym, basically.
I love him so much.
We got the Zay Zulu.
He's so sick. The only bad thing about him is the big old flippers, but even
I
then,
know. I love the flippers. The flippers do it for me because they're so stupid.
Yeah.
It's just, you got fucking Wolverine claws, you have flippers, you have like all the tubes and shit. You have what looks like a guitar case on the side. This guy kicks ass.
He rules.
I'm gonna put him next to Rosen Zulu.
Yeah, I think he goes above Rosen Zulu.
Okay,
for me, personally.
Why not? Here's one for me. This is the Zhuagu, the weird fucking elephant looking thing with
he's high. He's like high B, low A. I think he's sick as hell.
Meaty fingers. I'm gonna put him at the top of B for now.
Yeah,
he's just a silly guy. Look at him. He's so stupid looking. I love him. This guy kicks ass. I love his dumbass fingers. Oh, what a delightful creature.
What a delightful little lad.
This is a weird one. I put on him. I put it on because we see it in a cool fight against that Echo S Jagan, the Shuzrim Gallus.
I really like this thing.
Yeah, the shoulders become fucking fists. It kicks ass.
I realized I never sent you that Build Fighters Battlelog thing, but it's kind of good that I didn't, because it is Build Fighters stuff. So it's kind of, that's just something to look forward to after you finish the series if you fancy watching some.
Yeah, it's got the mind chain.
The mind chain that the
Camphor has.
The Camphor has. I love the Camphor so much.
Yeah, this guy's cool. He's just a cooler Gallus. I think
sick as hell.
Mid B maybe?
Yeah, mid B. I'd definitely say that.
I don't think he's. I'm putting him like right between Narrative and the Rizel.
Yeah,
that feels right to me. Here's another weird 1 Year War guy, the Zogok.
I don't like this one as much.
You don't like his weird extending arm and head boomerangs?
I don't like his big old Mr. Fantastic arms. I don't like him.
This is one of those ones where I'm just like, Xeon, what the fuck are you doing? What are you thinking right now?
What are you doing, my guy? Why does it have a katana?
I think it's cool. In a really... It's like a child designed it. Like, it looks like a Mega Man villain. It looks like a Yellow Devil.
Yeah, I'd put it high C.
Sure, yeah, that's good for me.
Is that like an orange juice over there? High C?
High C is like a... Yeah, it is orange juice, but not like the breakfast drink. It's more... Well, actually, it's basically fruit juice, and there is orange flavor, but it's not like pressed orange juice like you'd think of when you think of like a breakfast drink.
So it's like more shit Fanta.
Yeah, like an orange flavored... It's like orange flavored drink, basically.
Is it like the idea of an orange flavor, less an actual orange flavor?
Yeah, it's like gummy orange flavor in like a juice drink. Kids love High C over here.
Fair enough.
It's all the sugar. Now we have the Zaku 1 Sniper.
This thing owns.
I love that it just has like... They just carved out a fucking... more track for the mono eye in its head, so it can like look directly above it.
So cool.
I like its little antenna. I like it has like that brace on its knee, so it can like, get down on the knee and fire.
Yeah.
Like, plus it just does really cool shit in the actual in the actual battle. You're as cool as the Stark Jagan. Here's the
Efrit Schneid, yeah!
The Efrit Schneid. this guy, God, the Freak Schneid rules. I love, first of all, it's purple. We love it.
Yeah, it's purple.
And the yellow accents are even
better.
better.
It's throwing knives.
It has, they're heat knives. They're throwing heat knives.
That's so cool.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, this thing owns.
This thing beats
I
ass.
love its little buckler on its arm as well.
Yeah, there's just so much cool stuff. I'm putting it as cool. It's next to the Z Zulu and the Roseanne
Yes,
Zulu.
it
This
is.
is like the elite sleeves units here.
Mm-hmm.
And we have big boys to kind of round us out. We have the Sinanju.
I love this thing.
I don't even know.
I feel like I'm putting too many things in A tier.
It can
but
be
this series is just so good with mobile suit designs.
The Sinanju is just like, because the Sinanju I feel works even better when you compare it to the Sinanju Stein, because the Sinanju Stein, like, you can tell it's not really like what a Federation design would look like, because it's they definitely designed it as the Sinanju first and then had to go back and like fedify it.
Yeah.
But it just makes the Sinanju work even better when you look how angular and sharp and ornate it is.
It's so regal.
Yeah.
And you don't really see that a lot in a lot of mobile suit designs. But it's so it's so cool.
It kicks ass. I think it is like, I think the Sinanju is as cool as the Unicorn and the Banshee.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. There we go. They're buddies. The Sinanju Stein, though, I think is
sucks
like...
bad, but in D tier.
D tier?
I fucking hate this thing. I think it's bad.
All right. What about the Neo Zeong?
So I think it's low A. It would... It's just the Psycho Shards, man. It's the Psycho Shards. I swear.
But look, it's as big as a baby.
It's as big as a toddler. Yeah, you're right.
I think it... First, like, I love the little SD models of it, where, like, the hands are big, because I think it looks really bad when the fuel tanks are attached to it.
Yeah.
When the fuel tanks are gone and the hands are all out, I think it looks a lot better. But, yeah, it's cool, but I don't think it's, like, oh, whoa, you know? Like, I'm not gawking over it. I'm not
It's Zeong only in name. It doesn't have that same kind of pull that the Zeong has.
Because even the Zeong still looks fine when it has legs, but, like, these fuel tanks just are...
They don't do it for me. It looks like sticks put on it.
Yeah. Okay, if you Google perfect Neo Zeong, you see some cool shit.
That's sick as hell, actually.
People just
That's
putting gigantic... Like, that looks cool. But
you put legs on him.
I think it's, like, the very bottom... Did you say low A or high B? Or
I
B?
said low A, but I'm thinking high B a bit more.
Let's do high B. But... Like, it's not as cool as the Echo S Jagan. It's not as... I don't know if it's as cool as Angelo's Gira Zulu either.
I'm so sorry, but my dog's barking.
No, you're fine. I'm putting... It's right below narrative, let's say.
Yeah.
And the Sinanju's Neo Zeon is in hell with it, in D tier.
Yeah, get it out of here.
This is looking pretty good. It is top loaded, but I think that just speaks to the quality of all the
Unicorn's a top loaded series.
And also, I didn't pick every single one. If I picked every single one, we'd have a lot more stinkers. So I think
we would have some stinky doo doo.
So to kind of go over it, S tier we have the Kshatriya, the Bjarlant Custom, and the Shamblo.
I love the Shamblo so much.
A tier we got the Unicorn, the Banshee, and the Sinanju, the Silver Bullet Suppressor, Delta Plus, Zay Zulu, Efreet Schneid, Roseanne Zulu, Lodo, Zaku 1 Sniper, and the Stark Jagan. Pretty good. B tier, we got the Zhuagu, the Echo S Jagan, Angelo's Gira Zulu, Narrative Gundam, Neo Zeong, Shuzrum Gallus, Rizel, Gun Cannon Detector, Jesta Cannon, Ewak Jagan, and the Gira Zulu. It's so silly.
It's so doofy and bad.
So fucking dumb. C tier.
Spunky little boy.
C tier is the Jesta, the Banshee Norn, the Zogok, the Aqua Gym, Anksha, Zeta Plus, and Gustav Karl. You want to throw Gustav Karl at the top of D?
Yeah, let's put him top of D. Yeah.
So now, D tier, Gustav Karl, Full Armor Unicorn, Sinanju Stein, and Neo Zeong 2.
Sorry, it's the 2 Neo Zeong. Actually.
I'm sorry, the second Neo Zeong. And in P tier, we have the Fenix and the Silver Bullet.
The Silver Bullet sucks so
pretty
bad.
Good. I'm gonna change it to like P. There you go, P tier.
It's P tier. It's the piss tier.
That's a pretty solid list.
I think it's a very solid list.
I'm going to save or download this image.
Mm-hmm.
Save. I'm just gonna save image as UC tier list, so I can upload this when I upload the episode. So we got questions now.
Yes, we do.
It's mailbag time.
Oh, I love bags of mail.
Yeah, we have one on Twitter. I remember to make a Twitter post this time, unlike the Iron-Blooded Orphan series. It comes from Mobile Suit Gundad, RX87 Gundad, friend of the show, who says, "What do you think Benager and Zinnerman were up to out there with Silver Bolt Suppressor, and do you think we will ever see the unicorn again?"
I don't think we do. I think if we were going to see it again, it would be firmly in the possession of Benager because they are linked intrinsically.
It's in his name.
Yeah, literally.
Benager linked.
Yeah. I didn't see what I did there. But I think Zinnerman and Benager are very much the right. I think the Garnciers Junior crew is definitely the right hand of Minerva.
Absolutely.
I think they are basically. I think they are. I don't know how to describe it, but it's very much like. No, I can't describe it. I don't think there's anything like them. They are loyal to Minerva. I think they are doing not what she's telling them, but I think she's kind of guiding them in the right direction. Right direction.
Right. No, I agree. I think they're basically like being sent out by her to like handle problems that like that you need a mobile suit to solve. Basically, like I don't think she's sending them out to do any like legitimate fighting because that's against a lot of what she wants. But I think that like they're basically like her people on the ground because she kind of has to sit in a chair all day because she's still like the Princess of Xeon or whatever the hell.
Yeah. And
I don't want to see the unicorn again. Like its story is over. It's covered in tape. We can just leave it there.
I think Benager and Minerva's story is over 100%.
Yeah. We don't need to see him. Like we're good.
It's nice to see them, but I think if they are to show up again in any stories, they should very much be side characters. I don't think they need any more development. I think their development by the end of Unicorn is more than good enough. I really love these characters.
Yeah. I agree. They're there. They're hanging out. Like their story is over. We got one. So now we're in our Discord mailbag. We got one from Riel Moonray supporter, who asks, "Do you think the green Psycho Frame tastes different to the red one?"
I think it tastes like lime.
Ooh, I think it tastes like Mountain Dew Baja Blast. And the red one tastes like Mountain Dew Code Red.
Oh no!
The Banshee tastes like Mountain Dew Livewire.
Tastes like High C.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. Is there a blue Mountain Dew? Oh, duh. And the Fenix tastes like Mountain Dew Voltage.
Oh, okay. Understood.
That's all the Psycho Frame flavors.
Yeah, just various flavors of Mountain Dew.
They have a little Lance icon from Xenoblade 3. How nice.
Aww.
They also ask, how many guns is too many for the full armor unicorn?
More than one.
Well, look, the full armor unicorn. It shouldn't be called the full armor unicorn in the first place because it like doesn't even have armor; it just has guns. But I think like the 3 shields, the beam gatlings I think are fine to have on the shields because they basically work as funnels for it. I think all the full armor unicorn needs is like the 3 shields and the beam gatlings on them, and maybe it gets 2 beam magnums, like 1 in each hand, and that's kind of all it needs. It doesn't need the bazookas. It doesn't need the grenade launchers. Like, I think we can trim about half of the shit off of it, and it'll still be like an effective full armor unit.
Yeah, 100% it would.
Yeah.
You could. It only used about 3 of the things it had on it. That's all they really need.
I know. Jakey, previous host of the show, asks, "Don't rearrange the letters. So say it'd be rude to ask about NT and UC. See you next Tuesday." That's all I'm allowed to say.
See you next Tuesday, baby.
Good
lord.
To give context to that, I always type UC and NT, and I fear my dyslexia will cause me to write a foul word.
You just own it. Just own it if you ever do.
Dank Kushnada version 2 with beeps asks, "What do you mean you're at Soup?" You remember that shit? You remember that back in the day? At the Soup store? Oh, you never... Oh, hold on. All right,
Soup score?
No. Okay, hold on. It is...
Oh, I'm at Soup. Yeah.
Yeah, you're at Soup.
Ah, I'm a soup. Word
Yeah,
soup.
you know, the Code Geass video.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely.
Oh, I'm still sharing my
I
screen.
never watched. I never watched that Code Man bridge thing.
No, yeah,
Um,
that was never for me. I was never huge into Code Geass as a kid anyway.
Neither was
Um,
I. My first anime
mhm.
was Soul Eater.
Hell yeah.
I loved Soul Eater. Soul Eater was really
That's
good.
a good one. Pagedish, Colin, previous host of the show, asks Colin at Pagedish voice. So how about Gundam Double Zeta?
I love Double Zeta. I
It
love Double Zeta. This is
unicorn
definitely a sequel to Double Zeta.
unicorn existing gives me and Colin and every Double Zeta defender purpose in life.
Yes,
It
yes.
gives us validity, and if you anyone who can't finish Double Zeta because they can't stand the humor is weak and will not survive
They
uh,
literally will
the
not
harsh
survive the
world of the
world.
Universal Century. Because look, who cares? Double Zeta's really good. Judo is there. Pull is there. Pull 12 is here, but she's not that anymore. She's Merida.
She's Marita,
If
yeah.
you like, it's just Double Zeta's good. Please watch it.
Please watch Double Zeta. It's fantastic. I'm begging you. I'm on my hands and knees right now. Please,
Please.
please.
Arsner's Goof Custom asks, is it a unicorn if it has a V fin?
Yes.
I think
Just
I
because
mean,
the horn got split in half doesn't mean it's not a horn anymore.
that's the thing, right? It's a V fin, but like it's a V fin, and each part of the V fin is half of a unicorn's horn. It's still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, the Phoenix's whole thing, it's meant to be like a head crest of a bird. I don't know what the Banshee's deal is, because it's like a lion. I don't think lion have weird antenna like that.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
I think it's just supposed to look badass, and it does. And it absolutely does.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Riel Moonray supporter asks, what other mythical creatures should get Gundams named after them? Example, what would the Gundam Manticore look like?
Oh, that's a good question.
Let me hit you with the RX-0 Unit 4 Chupacabra.
Oh, I'm hitting you with the 05 Minotaur.
That'd be sick. That'd be badass.
So my final project at uni ended up turning into a post-apocalyptic mecha film that had it was basically I was playing a lot of Hades at the time, so I had a it was basically inspired by a lot of kind of Greek myth and stuff, and kind of these characters that I felt deserved kind of a happy ending after liking them in Hades. So the main character was a person called out Orpheus or Orph, who was part of a government system to basically make super soldiers, and they'd fallen in love with someone else who was part of the system, and at the last moment of nearly getting to freedom, they turned around at the wrong time, and lost them forever. They are now out in this like wasteland. There was one paradise at the middle of the world, and they've taken up a job for this kid who wants to be a part of the paradise again, trying to transport this giant robot across back to them to prove that he can be useful to the paradise. That giant robot was a giant bull-headed mech called the Asterion.
Fuck yeah.
Which was a giant, basically giant robot. No one had done that before. It had like electrical abilities and could conjure a giant ball of lightning between its two horns and just like fire it out. It was heavily inspired by Pluto from Astro Boy, who was my first robot of the week, I believe.
Yeah, that Pluto
as well.
kicks ass.
If there was to be a unicorn model Minotaur, it would basically, I think it would have a less conventional V-fin of it just constantly being like a bullhorn. But it would be a case of having a more human face.
Yeah.
That when it enters destroy mode, it would kind of open up into a more bestial one. and be kind of a lot more frenzied, be able to fire out that, like, psycho wave from the horns that are just made of pure psycho frame. Just stuff like that. It would do cool stuff, but it would be excessively brutal and difficult to control.
Uh-huh. That sounds cooler than what the Fennec was, which is, like,
100%.
similar in concept.
Mm-hmm.
What if, okay, here we go. It's the RX-0 Unit 6 Slender Man and has the arms from the Shambo that stretch out.
Yo! Can't believe this the RX-06 Jeff the Killer.
God. Fucking
Do you imagine? Just creepypasta-based unicorns.
Next up, Rhea asks, should the unicorn have gotten an actual horse Foon Psyche style instead of the full armor? I think that would have maybe been a little too on the nose.
It would have been a bit on the nose, but it would have been sick as hell.
It would have been, look, every Gundam could use Foon. Foon Psyche is high-grade scaled, so any high-grade Gundam can ride a Foon Psyche, no problem.
Really?
Yeah.
That
like,
rules.
The high-grade Master Gundam comes with Foon Psyche, so you can just, like, pop any bad boy on that thing.
That's so cool.
I have it. It's down somewhere on my shelf.
Oh man, I should pick it up.
And they're selling it separately now as part of the God Gundam Effect Pack, like the real grade.
Hell yeah.
But again, real grades are high grade scaled, so any high grade Gundam can fit on a Foon Psyche pretty okay, unless it's like the Sazabi maybe, which is Giganto. I don't think the fucking Penelope could ride Foon Psyche.
I could try.
It could try. Core Gundam probably would have trouble too for, little tiny baby.
A tiny little baby man.
Little baby.
Little baby man.
Baby man links. Dinkushnaut also asks, does full frontal have a perm or not?
I think they did give him a perm when they were doing all of the surgeries to make him look more like Sharp.
They
but
gave
they did
him
it on
like
accident.
An eternal perm. They fucked him up so bad. His hair is meant to be normal Char hair.
We've learned from Zoltan.
Yeah, exactly.
We've learned from him. We just need to do the exact opposite of what we did to Zoltan.
Right.
And we'll be fine.
They have a fucking barber in the new Type Labs who's like the just fuck my shit up guy. Oh, God. Colin asks also, how come narrative is the only thing to ever follow up on 4 and Zeta's whole steez? Because...
Sorry, could you repeat the question? I heard 4 and I just kind of blacked out for a second.
Colin asks, how come narrative is the only thing to ever follow up on 4 and Zeta's whole steez?
Because God hates me, okay?
Because nothing... Zeta is basically like a perfect piece of media in the first place.
Making anything connected to it just kind of spoils it. It's doomed from the start.
Right. So you might as well have the only thing to call back to it, something that most people agree isn't that good, I guess, so that it doesn't like retroactively hurt anyone's perception of Zeta.
Yeah.
It's just like I love Zeta, and Advance of Zeta is cool, even though we don't really need it, but it's just really cool.
Yeah.
It's just like so much in that time period I think doesn't really need to be expounded upon. Like, I think it's just perfect as it is, you know?
I'm so mad.
Just think about 4 again.
Yeah.
Or just narrative in general.
I miss
It's okay, she's alive. She's in Jupiter now.
Oh yeah, she's alive. She's chilling.
Yeah.
She's chilling and
she's at the end of Double Zeta.
She's with Camille and Fawn. They're a happy little throuple, and that's everything good.
Yeah. Draven, the Beast of Memeability, asks, who's the best problematic boy we love?
Oh, that's such a good question.
It's gotta be Zoltan for me.
It has to be Zoltan, because the rest of my problematic faves are women.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Zoltan's the only, like, because of, like, the boys in Unicorn, they're either all really, really great, and then there's Riddy, but then there's Zoltan, who's, like, a psycho, and I love him.
I love him.
He's the Joker.
I love him so much. I wish he was in a better thing.
Alas, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers.
Yeah.
Arsmir Goof Custom asks, where do you think Camille is?
He's doing doctor stuff on the moon. He's taken a step back from it.
Yeah, he's a doctor. I like to imagine he stayed on Earth to like be a doctor in like, you know, after Dublin. After they dropped that damn thing on it.
I think he's canonically after I think he shows up for a moment in Moon Gundam. And he's doing doctor shit. he's doing doctor shit on the moon, basically.
Hell yeah, go Camille.
Where hang on, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he shows up in Moon Crisis as a doctor.
Good for him.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, let's see. Riel asks, do you think any other pull clones survived and will show up in other media? Are we gonna get a grandma pull clone in G-Witch? That would be troubling.
That would be horrifying.
Mainly because it's a different timeline. I like to think, I mean, if we're doing Moon Gundam, I like to imagine that all the pull clones ended up in Moon are just like hanging out there.
Yeah.
Just like a fucking sitcom, and like it's like the Pull House, and they're all just like
Pull House.
They're just having their own little. They're having their Jersey Shore at Pull House on Moon, and they're all fine. Raphael Brum asks, who wins on Ball versus Augo? The fuck is Augo?
What's the Augo?
The Augo is whoa. This is interesting. It looks like it is a.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, what you seeing this little guy? I guess it's just like
it's from MS Igloo.
You can tell because the way it's rendered. I mean, it's basically like it has the same kind of like pinchy arm setup as the Ball does, but they look like needle nose pliers. And it has like a weird gun emplacement. Look, I'm sorry, this thing is fine and all, but like you can't beat the Ball.
Yeah, Ball wins because it's easier to grab a long cylindrical object.
Yeah, it's just like a cylinder. Sorry, Augo, but you're in hell with with the silver bullet.
Go to super hell forever.
Colin asks, how do you think things would have gone if they had mentally cloned Garma or Haman instead of Char?
It would have gone so much worse. So much worse. Oh my god.
Yeah, shit. If we had someone competent in charge of the sleeves, oofa doofa.
Good lord. Could you imagine that, like, a messed up, like, psychic clone of Haman Khan? If they did it with Haman,
I'd like to imagine
how
that.
bad would Zoltan have been? Oh my god.
Oh my god. A Haman
Could you imagine?
hybrid would be unfucking stoppable.
Unfathomably, like, broken. Oh my god.
Oh my god. People would die. People would die.
Mentally stable Haman Khan. Could you imagine?
In like the Neo Cublay or something. Oh my god, it would be a slaughter fest.
She'd take the Kshatriya herself.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just got like a view into a dark timeline when everyone died because Haman Joker happened. Oh my god. That's good. I like to imagine that.
Oh, that's good. I love that.
Jakey asks, I haven't really been paying attention, but this series' main guy is a big lump with knobs, right? It has the soup? Thank you, Jake.
Stop it.
It's corn.
You're banned. You're banned.
Big lump of knobs.
You're banned. You're banned from the chat. I'm blocking you.
It has the soup.
I hate this. I hate that audio so much. It reminds me
Katie's
entirely
obsessed with the corn kid.
It reminds me so much of what were they called? Shmo Yoho.
That's because Shmo Yoho did make a song of it. That was Shmo Yoho doing that song.
Why are they back?
I don't know.
I thought we were past this.
You'd think. Let's see. Let's save the vibes. Riel asks, what are some rejected nicknames for Benager that you would have liked to use?
So I don't really know that much. I had the idea of fucking Tazdingo Links, which is a World of Warcraft reference. But I don't really play WoW. So it's kind of like a dumb Hearthstone thing. Because I've been thinking about Hearthstone recently.
All of my nicknames, I think, like we got the best ones. I feel like I feel the quality of our nicknames. Like Banana is ubiquitous. Everyone already calls him that anyway.
Zimbabwe was really good.
Zimbabwe was really funny. Bazinga, all of those. Like I don't know if there's any that I would have liked to use because I think like the ones we got are just like perfect. We had a little brainstorming session. I remember some people said some weird ass things, but nothing. Like we got it. I think we did good. Let's see. John asks about Gundad Unicorn. Of the 3 unicorns, which is the best one? Which is absolute dookie garbage?
Well, we know this answer. We just talked about this.
Unicorn's the best, and the Fennex is dog ass.
It's doo-doo feces.
Archer's Goof Custom asks, does it make sense to build a mobile suit entirely out of Psycho Frame? It doesn't seem like it does, but what do I know? It doesn't, and there's a show called Mobile Suit Gundam
totally
Unicorn that talks about this.
Exactly why it's a horrendous idea
it's
to do
fine,
that.
Though. The Fennex took all the Psycho Frames and flew the fuck away, so we don't need to worry about it anymore. Thank God. It did us a favor, honestly.
Yeah.
Riel asks, explain the abilities of a new type to me as if I've never seen a Gundam show before.
So there's these dudes, right? And if you go to space, you think better, and you can think what other people are thinking. And you can kind of just glean what their deal is from, like, vibes alone.
Okay.
Robots help for some reason.
Okay, yeah, I like that. That's good. Makes sense.
And it's so, when you're in space and you're in a robot, and there's someone else's robot, you can think at them really hard and know what they're thinking.
Wow.
It's the next
makes a lot of
step
sense.
of humanity.
Okay, I was just gonna say Tumblr empath real. I think a concise 3-word answer works for it.
Tumblr
That's
empath
true.
real. Brilliant. Incredible. Effervescent.
This is a good question. Draven asks, tagging onto this, the question about the unicorns from before. Which one is the best in the series and movie, and which one is the best as Gunpla? Because the answer is very different, they think.
Ooh.
I think the Banshee is better than the unicorn as Gunpla. Because
100%.
Because the point of Gunpla is the process of building it. So actually putting together the nail and the smart gun and putting it on the kit is like, it makes it a much more rich experience than the unicorn. I think if you're talking about something like the full armor unicorn, that's the worst because building that is a fucking slog. You have to build 6 Gatling guns. Hello? It sucks. And then the Fennex is just fine.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about it before, but like, the high grades are the best versions of it because when you have the transforming gimmick, it compromises the integrity, which is a fun term to say.
The structural integrity is forsaken.
The structural integrity of the soup and the Wario pill. I finished up my my Phantom Gundams. Now I have nothing to build until like December when my G-Witch kits come in.
Now I've been slacking on Gunpla recently. I still have a God, what are they called? The new Shazaku 2.
Oh, the Revive, yes.
I've got the Shazaku 2 Revive in my wardrobe right now. It needs to be built. I built it. I don't know when I'm gonna have the time for that.
I built it fairly recently, and I gotta say, it's a damn good kit.
Is it a good one?
They did a really good job with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a fantastic like revision of it.
Hell yeah.
You've chosen well.
I've chosen well. It's been in there for about a month and a half.
Actually, I do have a high grade Grandpa Gundam that I wanted to like practice scribing with. I don't even have a scribing tool yet, so I can't. It's still there. He's just dusting away in the closet. One day. Let's see. Gundad Unicorn asks, does Riddy deserve his redemption at the end of Unicorn, and where did that freak go during narrative?
I think he does. I think Riddy's very well. I think from a narrative perspective, he absolutely does. I think it was he had some like weird morals and weird stuff, like weird thoughts and shit like that. When it came to his treatment of other people, his place in the world, but that does make sense from his upbringing. He's been brought up as like the upper crust of society for pretty much his entire life. He wanted to be something different, so he strove to be something different. And I think he had a moment of weakness when it came to, going a bit sicko mode, and he did some really shitty things. But Riddy was never a bad person. And he was a shitty person, but he wasn't a bad person. Because there's a very clear difference between those two things. And I think it's really the case of he deserves his redemption because there wasn't much of a corruption as well. He had a lapse of judgment and a moment of weakness, and he came out the other side better. I really wish he'd stop being such a weirdo, but
yeah,
he's still. Like, I think he's a very good character. He's grown on me a lot. I don't like him still, but I don't hate him anymore.
I feel like a lot of what happened with him was just like a result of him being misguided and sheltered his entire life.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah, no, I do think he deserved his redemption at the end of it. And like, again, and I'm glad he didn't show up in narrative because he doesn't need to. Like, his arc finished. We don't need to like be like, Reedy cameo, and then do like the Wojak point at the screen. Like, no. Like, it's like he's probably like part of just like the Earth Federation force or whatever. Like, he's definitely not part of Minerva's faction, but like maybe he's part of the new TriStars team or something.
I hope
that
so.
Would be fine for him.
I'd really like that. The reason he's not there is because he was doing other shit that he probably should have been doing the whole time. Should have been doing better.
Yeah. Colin asks, what 0079 Xeon suit do you wish showed up in the sleeves? Honestly, it's hard to find suits that didn't show up in the sleeves.
I wanted to see a gun tank so I could watch it get destroyed in the most brutal way possible.
That'd be pretty good. I want to see an Adzam, which is like the weird slime-shaped walker that like Caecilia and Makuve used in like one episode just to get it also blown the fuck up immediately.
Yeah!
That thing's a weird.
The mobile elements were so bizarre.
They were wild back in the day. They still are. Look at the Shamblo.
I love the Shamblo so much.
Raphael Broom, it's not a question, but we should have a smasher pass on mobile suits. That's basically what the tier list already is in a way.
Yeah, but it's not phrased like that.
It's I smashed that motherfucking like button because I
yeah.
And I will pass on ever thinking about the silver bullet again because it's dog ass. Simple as.
Yeah, it's doo-doo shit bad.
Yeah. Ours asks, should the sleeves have considered manufacturing more Psycho Gundams?
No.
I think the whole thing of this being a sequel to Zeta and Double Zeta is that Psycho technology just isn't really good by any metric, and we gotta stop using it.
So, another thing that we need to really bear in mind with the sleeves arsenal is there are very few mobile suits that actually do contain a large amount of Psycho frame, and when they do, they are ace suits, or things that require multiple people to pilot. So, if we look at something like the Psycho Gundam, which was specifically made to... the Psycho Gundam was made specifically to promote Psychomu Black flows. Those happened because of the way that it was made. Because of the animosity of the suit flowing back into 4, caused it to go so, like bizarre, and so, like, it's so brutal and just killy and shit like that. It's just like creating more Psycho Gundams would have been a complete step in the wrong direction because the design philosophy of the Psycho Gundam is found in the Shamblo, and that got it perfect.
Yeah, I was literally going to say, the Shamblo is the Psycho Gundam of Unicorn, and that entire episode shows what happens if there's a Psycho Gundam in Unicorn. The answer, nothing good.
Nothing good. Absolutely nothing good.
Next up, Draven asks, why did we not see the Ashimar, everyone's favorite orange, in Unicorn?
Because we saw the Aksha instead. We saw the Aksha.
We saw its little brother. Yeah.
We saw its goofy little brother who no one likes.
Yeah, not as good.
It's really not as good.
Gundaddy Unicorn asks, where is Bicha and Mondo during all of this? How could you have a follow-up to Double Zeta and not have those two goblins running around? If you think, those guys have definitely... Like, the second episode of Double Zeta, you see Mashmer, like, show up with a fucking briefcase full of gold bars. If you think those two bozos didn't steal a fucking Neo Xeon gold bar briefcase and are living in, like, Aruba right now, minding their own business,
they made a private island.
Yeah, no, like, they made it good. They made out when the going was good. Out. Like, they're simply chilling.
they are chilling so hard.
Bicha and Mondo rule. I used to hate their asses. I love them now. They kick ass. They're just funny little guys.
Mm.
Riel asks, what happened to the Moon people? Moon Gundam.
Moon Gundam.
Moon Gundam. This is a duplicate question. Riel asks, what if they turned a planet into a Gundam a la Unicorn from Transformers?
Unicron.
That would be
bad. That would suck.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if that existed, which it wouldn't, that's essentially what like something like Grips 2 is. Just like a large piece of technology meant to kill and nothing else. And I feel like it's not interesting enough for that to exist. Like Grips 2 is the natural it's the natural endpoint of something like that, right? Mm-hmm, just a large piece of technology that is like going to kill anything that it gets involved with.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I feel like it's not needed. And also, while Gundam's not the most realistic robot show because of the whole new type shit, it's still real robot. Like, there's a limit 100%. To how big things can be. There's a reason we don't have mobile suits bigger than the Psycho Gundam, because you can't really make them bigger than the Psycho Gundam. Mm-hmm. Like, once you get above 40 meters, things just kind of get all fucky.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Let's see. A10 Crag asks, do you think Mineva starts to resemble Dozel more as she gets older, i.e. get totally yoked?
Yes.
I like to think so. I want to see Mineva get fucking buff.
I want to see her get like tall and absolutely massive, and it'll turn to a case of Banaja will stay the same size and height and stuff, and it'll be that image
he's
of the
fully
two
grown.
rabbits.
Yeah, this is what it is. I do want a sequel now, like another narrative sequel, but like it's just like boring ass Neo Zeon C-SPAN political talks, but Mineva's 7 feet tall and just beefed the fuck out. That's what I want.
Give me it.
Give me buff Mineva.
Give me buff Mineva.
Now.
She doesn't need a mobile suit. She'll just pick it.
She is her own mobile suit.
She flies into space and fist fights Gundams.
Viper OSS asks, wow, shit, that entire thing got fucked up. Viper OSX asks, which version of the Sinanju do you prefer? It's gotta be the red one.
The regular one. The good one.
The good one. Better Sinanju. It's not the Sinanju, it's the cooler Sinanju. It's Sinanju and the lamer Sinanju.
The worst Sinanju.
Zgok Sock asks, did Char ever get Mineva Taco Bell? He better fucking have.
He did, and she didn't like it.
That's why she's well adjusted. Oh yeah, she can only handle like mild sauce. He got her like Diablo sauce one time and it did not end up well.
Oh, I've got a question for you. What are Banaja, Mineva, and Riddy's? Oh wait, no, you don't have Nando's over there, do you?
I've had Nando's. I don't know enough to like know the menu though. Unfortunately, I've had Nando's twice in my
different
life.
Spice levels in Nando's. So essentially, there's like a spice level chart that goes from
we have like
mild, medium, hot, and extra hot. What level? What heat level do you think they're all at?
All right. So Riddy will always pick 1 or 2 levels higher than Banaja does just to impress Mineva.
I think Banaja's a solid medium.
Yeah, but Banaja knows this and will pick a hot sauce so Riddy fucking dies picking like the highest level of spice.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it goes. Mineva knows
and
she
Mineva
can't deal
is one
with...
of those people who she's one of those people who like wants it plain but still thinks it's too spicy.
Yeah, that's just from the upper crust she's kind of lived her whole life.
They don't use chili powder in Neo Zeon.
No, they don't have it.
They don't have it. That's
dude,
why they need to rely on the
Of course they don't have spices. Come on.
Let's see. Ars asks, which Unicorn cast member would be on Nathan Fielder's The Rehearsal? You seen that show, Callie?
Oh my god, it's unreal. Bizarre show. I loved it.
I think, you know what it is? It's Cardius, and he's rehearsing how to tell Banaja that he's his son.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
And it always ends in him dying and being yeeted out of the unicorn.
Yeah, every single one of them results in his death, and it's just kind of him coming to terms with his own mortality for the whole episode.
That's what season 2 is going to be about.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Pretty good. We're getting
pretty
there.
Good.
Riel asks, at what age did Mineva grow out of her baby speech?
It was literally like 6 months prior to the start of the show.
Yeah. Oh, no, you know what I was going to say?
This is insanely recent.
Right. Well, for me, she never grew out of it because she never had it in the first place because it was only the body double from Zeta and Double Zeta that did the baby speech. Real Mineva always just like spoke like she did normally. The body double just always did baby speech for some reason.
Yeah.
I forgot about that plot line.
Oh my god.
Mineva. Ria asks, why do you think Banagher knew how to make his Haro look like a bomb?
Because he does it all the fucking time, mate.
Yeah, it's just...
It doesn't work on anyone on Industrial 7 anymore, because he's done it to everyone.
Everyone is just sick of his shit.
It's his funny little prank.
It's teen shenanigans. It's teen shenanigans making fake bomb threats.
Just fake bomb threats, yes.
Colin asks, what would the ending of Unicorn be like if it was written by Marxists instead of liberals? You can eject this question on the tablet in space to be found in 100 years if you so wish.
What they would do instead is, they'd stick the plaque on a stick, and that would be the last weapon to finally rip apart. We wouldn't get the future, go to the future type thing with psycho shards. It would be that the pure left-wing spirit of the unicorn itself would be enough to just penetrate any of its defenses that it has.
You'd have a lot more people defending shit like colony drops to stick it to Earth, that's for sure. Ars asks, what do you think the religious themes of Unicorn add up to, considering its significant emphasis on faith? I guess there was that whole conversation inside the church. I don't really know.
I think it's very much a perspective of less religion, more belief. I think faith is a very powerful thing, but it does not really... I think faith and religion are not the same thing. I think faith in humanity and faith in a higher power are similarly aligned, but at the same time, very, very vastly different. And I think Unicorn more relies on the first one than the second one.
Mm-hmm. I really would like to see a Gundam series focus more on religion specifically, as opposed to just a vague sort of faith. I don't think Unicorn needs that. I do think that it definitely focuses more on just the concept of faith in humanity in general. Mm-hmm. And it definitely isn't one of the main points of the show, faith as opposed to religion. But I think that as you see more serious Gundam properties, I think that definitely is part of the equation of just mm-hmm. It kind of ties into new type theory and just the future of humanity in general. If faith and religion has a place in the future. Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to see more Gundam series
explore that aspect of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Aiton Crag asks, okay, here's a really important one. Do y'all want some of this mushroom soup I made? It's pretty good.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, this question was asked 10 days ago. I don't know if it's good still.
Fuck. Can you make some more for me, please?
I want mushy soup. Machina asks, how should Banagher and Mineva use the social capital of the Laplace box to start a proper revolution that wasn't a limp liberal whiner and easily co-opted by fascist elites who just want to replace the current elites with themselves?
Well, that's the funny part. I don't think they will.
They wouldn't. Banagher has the most powerful mobile suit in UC, just chilling, but he's not going to do anything meaningful with it.
Yeah.
His blind faith in the future of humanity, he could roll the unicorn up to Earth and just, start knocking on the doors of all the Federation elites' buildings and be like, hey, you see this fucking box? Let's talk about it. But he wouldn't do that. He'd rather just, cover it in tape and, sit in his recliner and call it a day because he did good in his mind. It's just, I think I like that Unicorn is about liberalism because it's just, I don't know, it's tantalizing almost that it stops so short of doing something concrete to the world. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's fine as it is. We've gone over it. It's good. Unicorn is good, and maybe G-Witch will get super socialist about everything. Who can tell?
Yeah.
Who can say? Hopefully. Ars asks, are you still with her posting the fucking Haman, Karn, Hillary emoji I made years ago?
100%.
Always.
Never stop. I'm with her.
This is a good one. Colin asks, what Double Zeta reference do you feel was missing from Unicorn?
Cross-dressing.
I If anything, I would have liked to have known what the fuck's going on in Jupiter at this time.
Yeah, I would also love that.
They still get H3. I mean, the end of narrative was all those H3 tanks that I know they harvest from Jupiter. Like,
you'd think it would show up.
You'd think, but everyone goes there to get stupider, so unfortunately we can't say. We're close to the end. Machina asks, do you prefer Tomino's It's Space Magic? I'm not going to explain shit for new type and Psycho Frames shenanigans, or Fukai going full George Lucas and trying to explain everything in detail.
Oh, it's Space Magic, 100%.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I think Unicorn was Fukai, right? Not Tomino?
Yeah.
Let me just make sure that's true before I start talking out of my ass. Load, please. I gotta find this shit out. It was Fukui. I prefer Tomino because Fukui gave us Psycho Shards.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah. I like how he tried to explain all of it and then made Psycho Shards.
It's miracles. It's the power of miracles. Machina also asks, lastly, if you could get 3 mobile suits to get the Bjarlant Kai treatment and just get that strong showing for one of your classic favorites, which would you pick? And what episode would you have put it in?
So I think it would have to be in the Battle of Torrington Base. 100%.
Yeah, it makes too much sense.
I'd love to see... Actually, no. During that last battle, just throw fucking Woundwort in there.
I was literally going to say the Woundwort!
Yeah. I would pay real money to see the Woundwort in action, in animation.
Oh, God. It would have been so good.
Then the Bound Dock as well.
Yes!
Seeing the Bound Dock again would be absolutely amazing. Woundwort, Bound Dock. Love to see, the Gaplant in that Torrington Base episode. Just rip the shit out of some people.
That'd have been good.
Just zipping, zooming around and all that.
I would have really liked, oh God, what's the name of it? I literally had it in my mind just now. Hold on, I gotta pull up my list of Zeta mobile suits because it's in there, and I'd like the name just zipped out of my little mind.
Zip, zoop, zapped out your little mind.
I would have liked to see, like, well, I guess the Methus kind of was in this because we got the Rizel, which is just like the upgraded Methus.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's hard to find jacked up versions of these suits that didn't already exist because that's what they are most of the time. I think the one that I want to see that we didn't see at all was the Masala, which is like that first Patmus suit that's like the huge purple one that's like 30 meters tall when it's in suit.
The Masala is so cool.
Like, if there was another Sleeves commander who wasn't Angelo, and they had something like that, like a Psycho Masala or something.
Yeah.
Psycho Masala sounds like a really good recipe.
Psycho Masala, just a really fucking mad curry.
That was the squadron that Char got put in 0079.
Yeah.
Mad Curry Squadron, not Mad Angler. Oh, here we go. Every series we always got a Pokemon question, and this is this one. Mitch Lawtell asks, if you could summarize up the series in one Pokemon team, who would be on it? What's the best? Oh shit! No, you know what? Okay, Minior for the Unicorn. Think about it. You have this nice, unassuming outer shell, and when that shell comes off, it's super colorful underneath, and is like a massive threat if that thing gets going.
Sinanji would be a Mega Caesar.
Yes, good. Sharp and red.
100%.
Minior. We got Mega Scizor.
A Celesteela has to be the Kshatriya.
Oh, that's good. Celesteela. I'm trying to think of like some good, like, just some psychic representation of just like the Psycho Frame concept in general.
Beam.
That's pretty good. You just gotta get a little alien man in there.
Yeah. Just the fact it's just kind of weird and bizarre, kind of Beam just being the Psycho Frame in general. I think we should also slap a I think Diancie would have to be there for the ending of what the Unicorn ends out as.
True. Yeah, all the crystals and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe something like to represent like this Delta Plus or the Rizel. You get some nice flying guy in there, like perhaps like a Skarmory maybe.
Yeah, I was about to say Skarmory.
Yeah, that's a decent team.
It's pretty good. I'd play with that team.
Kind of rock weak there, but we can deal with it.
That's okay. It's Psycho Frame's weak to Psycho Frame. It's fine.
Yeah. We got Jimmy, do you need help? He's trying to leave the office. Oh, he got it. He like shoved his head and kind of got stuck as he's trying to push. So yeah, we got Minior, we got Celesteela, Skarmory, Mega Scizor, Behem, and Diancie. Pretty good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Pretty good. Sam, friend of the show, Goofy and I Know It, asks, what kind of ice cream would the main cast get? Cone or cup, size, etc. Up to you.
Ooh.
I think Banagher gets a scoop of strawberry and a scoop of pistachio for the colors of his Psycho Frame.
Yes. Marita gets mint choc chip, one single scoop in a bowl, and in like a cup that she would bring herself. That's just I get that vibe from her.
Riddy likes to eat like a banana sundae. Something big and elaborate.
It always melts before he finishes it, and he gets really mad about it.
I think full frontal exclusively eats like
sorbet.
I was gonna say like the low calorie like iced fruit juice pops.
Yeah,
like something that like doesn't seem that appetizing really. I think Angelo is all about that gelato life.
He loves gelato.
Angelo gets the fanciest ice creams.
Gelato. Angelo knows fucking the places that do the best one and knows the places that do fake ones and then like spray paints them. He like puts out like full on like hate campaigns against fake gelato restaurants.
He does. He is an A-hive online. Zinnerman buys Ben and Jerry's pints for the whole Garden Sierra crew every time they go shopping.
Does.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Anyone else? That's every. Zoltan's not allowed to have ice cream. Gives him
he's really mad about the fact he can't have it as well.
But he'd eat black cherry if he could.
Mm-hmm. He would, but he's not allowed it. Actually, after he kills his superior, he starts having it, and that's why he goes so sicko mode.
Yeah, because he has a brain freeze for the entirety of narrative.
The entire second half of it.
Yeah. The Spike of Possibility asks, so far, who's had to deal with the worst case of the Gundams?
Really?
Honestly, it's probably Neo Zeon and Double Zeta.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, good point.
Or, like, I mean, I would say Oz in Wing, because, like, that's 5 Gundams. But honestly, the Gundam team in that show had their own fucking problems to deal with caused by the Gundams, too. It was just kind of
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like, because we've had Gundam teams, but I guess, like, Double O is the next biggest Gundam team. That really hits in Gundam media, and I'll get there, like, next year, maybe. Who knows? I know there's a lot of Gundams in that one, too. But I'd say Double Zeta. The core 3 of, like, the Mark II, the Zeta, and Double Zeta are just, like, that's a team right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Better than the fucking Project V assholes.
Oh, fuck those guys.
Spike also asks, do you think changing narrative from a prequel to a sequel helped or hindered it?
Hindered.
Honestly? So I would say helped, because I don't think I would have wanted to see what narrative would have been as a prequel, because it would have had to flow into Unicorn.
Well, answer is it would have been dog shit regardless.
Well, yeah. I'd love to know, if someone could tell me what it was going to be before it got changed. I guess Phoenix Hunting was a novel that got added to the series. I don't know if that's a sequel or a prequel or not, though. I don't know. I'm interested to hear, but I honestly think it's better as a sequel because we can ignore what happened, and you couldn't if it was a prequel.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, previous host Sarah McCostumes says, please, just once for me, as a favor, say Banagher the Good Irish Way on podcast. I'm asking you as a friend. So let me just hit you with a Banagher links.
Oh, Banagher links.
Banagher links.
Banagher links.
There you go, Sarah. You're welcome. Poglachi Proto J, previous host of the show, Jay asks, how does Banagher stack up to the other protagonists in the series so far in terms of being a good character / your favorite?
He's my favorite. I really love how his character develops and everything like that goes down the way it does. I really, really I just really like Benaja. I think it's very much something about his relentless positivity that just I really love to see that in characters, especially ones that are kind of in worlds where you don't really see that as often. When everything's a bit doom and gloom and everyone's kind of suffering, you have Benaja who's there believing that given the chance, people will do the right thing. And I really love that.
Yeah, honestly, I think he's top 3. I think it's like Camille, Judo, and Benaja for just like the best Gundam main characters in my mind.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ria asks, what flavor lollipop does little Benaja in a sailor suit have?
Oh, he's got a little butterscotch one, doesn't he?
But
little butterscotch links.
Little butterscotch links.
Butterscotch links. Yes, it's me.
And the final question from Cass, spelled Torchica Koba, Mania Magica. Outstanding name.
Incredible name. That's
if you
fantastic.
were in charge of the set list for a Gundam-themed concert, which OP, ED, insert songs are you including? Whew.
So
you gotta open with the original theme song, Moe Agare Gundamu.
I disagree.
Really?
I think the thing that would get everyone so insanely hyped for a Gundam concert would be coming out strong with those drums and that brass. Stand Up to the Victory.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Victory Gundam opening.
That's a good
one. It never fails to get me just pumped every time I listen to it.
It's not the best one, but Raise Your Flag would make people go fucking apeshit too.
Oh, absolutely.
People love Raise Your Flag.
This is okay. I'm about to put you all onto some absolute wild shit that exists.
I know what I know what you're going to start talking about. I know what you're going to talk about.
Are you aware of the wonderful fucking fantastic album remix album Psycho Gundam Force Counterattack?
It's so good.
It's so insanely good. Oh, it's so sick. It's that version of the Zeta opening. Just it drives me berserk every single time. It's so good. It's the most dirty D&B. Oh.
It's nasty. It's delectable. My single favorite piece of Gundam music is Zeta's second opening. The one that sounds like Careless Whisper when it starts out. That's like a good ender of the concert, maybe. Or like fucking that Amuro song, the Amuro.
I think that would be really good for an ending, and then getting the second opening as the encore.
Yes. Fucking like the G Gundam, both G Gundams, Trust You Forever and Flying in the Sky are kick ass.
Yeah.
People like Wings openings; they're fine. I think they're just okay.
I think the concert would benefit greatly from having some OST in there as well. So having your wing representation be in the boy who killed
Wings
adolescence.
Of a Boy Who Killed Adolescence. Yo, I want the fucking James Bond ass theme song from Hathaway to show up.
Yeah,
that song whips. That song kicks ass. It's a good concert. A lot of Gundam songs there, huh?
I think the perfect middle point for the concert would 100% be fucking oh, I cannot believe in you. Like the Zeta
ending. That's good. That's good.
But another one would be a track. I don't know if we heard it in this version, but Angelo has an insert theme.
Really? We must have. I just probably never picked up on it.
No, I legitimately don't. I don't remember it being in whatsoever. It's the ending theme to fucking Mobile Suit the Re 96. I don't know if it's specifically an insert theme.
I don't know.
But it's very much from Angelo's perspective, considering like the the song opens with like the lyrics, "Behind your mask you smile, smile me with the greed, the frantic eyes I hate it, but I can't deny I don't want to be like you."
Whoa.
Oh wait, no! It's attributed to Angelo a lot, but it's totally about Benagio not wanting to be anything like Full Frontal. Holy shit!
Okay, yeah.
The chorus of this goes hard though.
I'll have to listen to that, yeah.
Where it's like, it goes like, "God, what a judgment." It's like fucking sick as hell.
Fuck yeah. It's a good concert. We all have the little, what do you even call them? The glow sticks? All like bopping them to the beat, and they change color depending on the song, and it all glows red when he does the unicorn songs. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'm yawning.
Oh, Gundam music's so good.
That's all of our questions. Hooray.
Oh my god.
We did it. I guess this is like about a 2-hour-ish episode. Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock right now. Hell yeah. That's Unicorn and Narrative. We did it.
Oh, I think, man, again, I'm gonna miss talking about fucking Unicorn once a week.
You want to do Unicorn again? This is like an A-tier series for me.
Let's do Unicorn again. I'll see you next week for episode 1.
Yeah. Just re-listen to the podcast episodes. Oh yeah, good times. Good times.
We're gonna podcast about the podcast.
Whoa, we're getting meta with it. Well, I guess as we're closing, Callie, one last time, where can we find you on the internet?
Find me on twitter.com at Cowley. COWLLIE. It's in the description. You know what I'm gonna say. Fucking
yeah.
Oh my god.
You get one final robot of the week though.
One final robot of the week. You know what? I'm in the mood for it. The sweet boy, the sweet wonderful thing, the thing made by docking the Kurosai FRU-4 and the Brachio Tank 5. We gotta go with my boy Iron Pirate General Frankie.
Yes.
From fucking One Piece, the giant robot form that Frankie goes into when he fucking combines two of his mecha together.
His tiny ass legs.
Tiny legs. I love him. Frankie Shogun.
Frankie.
7'5".
Super.
Oh man.
It's so good.
Actually, I'm going to see Shin Godzilla tonight.
Yeah, you are.
At the cinema. I'm very, very excited for that. But I probably should have been Mechagodzilla in that case. Can I do Tufa? Can I also make it Mechagodzilla?
Yeah, why not? It's your last
one. Go on. It's also Mechagodzilla. Both of those things are cool as hell.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh shit, I'm feeling it.
I'm yawning again. You can, I'm Max, you know it. I'm Max Bajillion on Twitter. Listen to Pod Agree, listen to Wow Cool Robot. This one, fuck. Listen to Slappers Only. Who cares anymore? I'm like walking out the door of UC. I'm like,
right, see you later. I'm gonna go play with toys for a year.
Yay, Gunpla is freedom.
Gunpla is freedom.
Noisepace.xyz, find this show, find many, many more. Thank you for tuning in. Callie, thank you so much for co-hosting Unicorn with me. It has been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure.
Thank you for
having me.
I'm glad
that we got to talk about Marita most of the time.
I'm so glad we got a rant and rave about Marita.
And to close, what do we always say?
War is bad.
Wow, cool robot. I'm gonna go play with toys.
I'm shaking and crying.